a cat, a father, and a son. The old man lived a simple life. He had little, but he had enough. He had his small house, his garden, and his son, Thomas. One cold evening, a skinny cat wandered onto their porch. Thomas, still a boy then, wanted to shoo it away, but the old man saw hunger in the cat's eyes. He warmed some milk and offered it gently. The cat lapped it up, purring softly. That night the cat stayed, curled up at the foot of the old man's bed. They named her Lucky. Years passed. Lucky grew into a sleek, handsome cat. Thomas grew into a young man, eager to make his mark on the world. The old man taught Thomas the value of hard work, but also the importance of kindness. He would say, "Son, success without kindness is like a garden without sunlight." Thomas listened, but he also dreamed of a life bigger than their small town. When the opportunity came to move to the city and pursue his fortune, Thomas didn't hesitate. Finding fortune, losing his way. The city was a whirlwind of noise and ambition. Thomas thrived in the chaos. He worked tirelessly, climbing the ladder of success. He thought about his father often, picturing the old man tending his garden, Lucky the cat winding between his legs. He sent money home regularly, but rarely found time to visit. Years turned into a decade. Thomas achieved the success he craved. He had a grand house and a life of luxury, but it felt strangely empty. He had everything money could buy, but little else. One day, Thomas received a call. It was a neighbor from his hometown. The old man had fallen ill. Thomas felt a pang of guilt as he rushed to the airport. He hadn't been there for his father, too caught up in his own pursuits. As the plane soared above the clouds, Thomas thought about the old man's words. Success without kindness is like a garden without sunlight. He realized with a jolt that he had built a beautiful garden, but forgotten to let the sun in. The price of success. When Thomas arrived at his father's house, it was just as he remembered it. Small, cozy, and filled with memories. His father, however, was frail and weak. He was overjoyed to see Thomas, his eyes lighting up despite his illness. Lucky, now an old cat, still kept watch by his side. Thomas stayed by his father's bedside, talking about his life, sharing his regrets. The old man listened patiently, his hand resting on Lucky's fur. One evening, as the sun set, casting long shadows across the room, the old man spoke softly. "Thomas," he whispered, "you've achieved so much, but don't forget the most important thing. Love. It's the only wealth that truly matters." He looked at Lucky, curled up beside him. "This old cat," he chuckled, "taught me more about unconditional love than any human ever could." Thomas understood. He had spent years chasing success, but in doing so, he had neglected the very thing that gave life meaning: love.